Yo, this is Soul Drum 86 bringing you another video. So, there's a lot of people upset with 2K. A lot of the things that, we've talked about on this channel since before the game released, a little after the game released because I stopped playing the game pretty early after it came out. Currently don't own 2K24 or 2K25. Those are my most recent physical copies. That's why I just couldn't deal with it anymore. But the one thing I wanted to talk about in this video is the fact that 2K doesn't earn our benefit of the doubt. Well, nor do they earn our money, but they don't really earn our benefit of the doubt. Here's what I mean by this. So as you know, every year, there's always something with 2K, right? Something game breaking. I think it was 2K22, and they never fixed it. Because I know for me, it remained an issue. Do you guys remember there being a glitch in either 2K22 or 2K23 where throwing your opponent to one of the corners of the ring, they would never connect? Like sometimes they would, but a lot of the times they would just keep running and then they would eventually stop but never connecting to the corner. And 2K never fixed that issue. They had a patch for it, but it didn't do anything. So that was annoying. That was very, very annoying. And then you have the situation of last year, 2K24, where they did an update and the calls were ruined. They were bald. And everybody's calls that they spent time downloading and using, maybe in their universe mode or doing what I was doing, just playing regular matches. And then you have bald calls and you could never fix it. You just had to find a new one that wasn't. You either had to put hair on it, but because of the way the creators were putting the hair onto the superstars, it was hard for you to get it the same way that they could. And I guess that's what 2K was patching, so the creators couldn't do that anymore. So the vast majority of our created superstars turned out bald, right? That was annoying. And so now you have the issue with, again, I mean, they've been kind of messing around with community creations for a long time. It's been like pretty much all year so far. I mean, since when the game came out, there's been issues just with community creations. I mean, the first thing was not being able to be cross-platform, which that did a little bit of good in terms of it loading faster, not crashing, and you being able to search without getting any like issues. So it worked from that aspect. But other than that, the game, I don't know. They've just been doing a lot to piss people off. This is why I say they don't deserve our benefit of the doubt. So you got issues this year. You have the issue with the Persona cards and people trying the what is it, 1999 Triple H that so many people want, which is weird that Triple H has never been in the game. I mean, Triple H is running things right now in WWE, like the creative and all of that. He's what Vince was. Like, he's the boss now, right? I mean, outside of TKO, but he's the boss, right? And it's just kind of interesting that like a lot of his models aren't just naturally in the game to begin with, but you can say that for a lot of wrestlers that's in the game. But anyways, I digress. You have the issue with, the 1999 Triple H. I just watched Assemble's video, and that was somebody Assemble really wanted. You know what I mean? And he's like, if you watch his latest video, he was like, I'm not going to try to do that anymore because it's a grind to be able to get that Triple H. It's either going to be a grind or it's going to be a lot of money. And that sucks. You know what I mean? It's like, but we saw this coming. I talked about it on my channel so many different times where 2K was headed. But everybody wanted to say that I was making too many negative videos. And not a lot of you guys, not a lot of my subscribers, but there was a lot of people that would just come to the channel that found my videos, because I was talking about 2K. And it was always like, hey, why are you being so negative? Don't be so negative. This and that. And, it's like, guys, it's not so much about being negative, but it is the such thing as telling it like it is and telling it like you see it, right? If you see the writing on the wall, you got to talk about the writing on the wall that you see, That's what we do on this channel. That's what I do, right? Trust me, I would love to be positive about 2K. Really would. But I mean, look at what they're doing. I mean, look at the debacle of the celebrity pack, and now you're getting Grande Americano or whatever, but not until September. And it's just pretty much a reskin of Chad Gable. You're just putting a mask on him, putting new boots on him, and like he's gonna get a couple new moves and an entrance. Like that's gonna take until September. They had to have known about this for some time now, that they weren't gonna be able to get Travis Scott in the game. So you would think that they would already been working on this. The lack of transparency, the lack of, and I don't know I don't know this is fact, right? I only know by what I'm seeing in certain videos that I'm watching. Have they even put out a statement? Hey, listen, guys, we are sorry. Because any good company would do that. You get that with most companies in the world. If they make a mistake, they reach out to the customer or customers, like everybody, and they apologize. Listen, if you go to a restaurant, you have a bad experience, what's one of the things that typically happens? Manager comes out and says, listen, guys, I am so sorry. This meal is on me. I apologize for this and this and that. Not only is this meal on me, but we're going to give you guys gift cards or we're going to give you guys a free dessert. Your choice. You order. We got you. I apologize. Right? That's what a good business does. That's what good people in business do. When they make a mistake and they apologize for it. Where is 2K's apology? Now they could have one, right? They could have one out. I could sound stupid right now, but with the lack of transparency leading up to this point, and to add that with no, hey guys, look, we are very, very sorry, but we're gonna make it up to you. We apologize. We know that this was supposed to be out in the first DLC pack. We know that it's taken time for us to release the rest of the WrestleMania 41 pack. We apologize, but we're working on some things. You don't have to give us all of the details. I understand if you can't talk about the nitty gritty that goes on back and behind the scenes. I was going to say backstage, behind the scenes. We all get that part, but as a business, you have to let the customers know that you feel bad for what you've done. Right? You feel bad for what has happened. People have spent their hard-earned money that 2K didn't earn. Everybody who bought the special edition or the deluxe edition or even the standard edition of this game, 2K didn't earn our money. They didn't earn our money at all. They don't deserve our benefit of the doubt, but yet year after year, we continue to give it to them. I'm seeing a lot of content creators right now saying a lot of the right things, but I saw that last year. But you know what else I saw after that? You know what else I saw once the push for the game to come out this year? Every single one of those content creators were over the moon excited. Not one of them said, but wait, this is 2K. Grain of salt, be cautious about this. It's okay to be excited, but be a little cautious because this is 2K. None of that verbiage. None of that verbiage. I'm not saying this to diss any of those guys because I like them all. Literally, I'm subscribed to them and I like them all. But I was disappointed to see that it felt like they forgot about the debacle of all of the mess that was happening in 2K24 and before that. When 2K is getting ready to come out, we make these videos, and I say we because I guess I'm a part of this, but I say we, I mean a lot of the top guys as well. They make these videos. Now, me personally, you know, I don't do this, but you have a lot of the top guys making these videos and they're through the moon and they're excited and they're telling their subscribers how excited they are and all of this stuff. And it's like, but guys, did we forget what happened last year? Because I can guarantee you right now, for WWE 2K26, it's going to be rinse and repeat. Right now, everybody's pissed. Everybody's annoyed. I'm seeing in the comment sections, I'm done playing 2K. And we see that a lot. We always see the threats of being done. I think some of them are true. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are true because I'm done with it. So I have to say that some of them are true. I can't just assume that everybody is just BSing and they're going to break and buy the game, even though they said they weren't going to get it. Now, there's going to be some like that, but there's also some that are legit because people are getting fed up. I mean, just think about if a lot of the people that create in community creations, think about what's going to happen when they're done with the game. Think about that really quick. Just really think about what's going to happen when they're done, and they help keep the game alive. But 2K is also at the same time actively making things more annoying for them to make community creations not be as good, to make community creations not be what it used to be because they're trying to sell us everything. 2K does not deserve our benefit of the doubt, and they do not deserve our money. They have done nothing. This is the one video game company, the only other one is EA, but EA mainly messes up with Madden. That's where they mainly mess up, is with Madden. They mess up on some other things, but I know Madden is the one thing that, people get really, really upset about. But as a business, what have they done for us every year to just kind of forget about all the bad that happened, forget about all the game breaking issues, forget about them, ruining the cause again. And so many are going to be right back on the 2K train next year. But what have they done? What have they done for them to, I don't know. What have they done for us to just kind of sweep it under the rug? What have they done? They've done nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm sorry. They've done absolutely nothing. Nothing. But yet, every year, it's the same thing. And I don't mean to get wound up. I'm not upset because for the most part, I'm kind of out of this conversation now. I am no longer a 2K gamer. And that goes across the board. I don't play NBA 2K. I don't play. I've never played the golf 2K game. I mean, I do play Top Spin. Top Spin is a game that I do own. I do like the tennis game, but that just takes me back to like back in the day. And my cat is going crazy in the background. I don't know if you guys hear her meowing, but yeah, she is meowing. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. 2K, it's an interesting series, man. I feel like they get by on our love of wrestling. They get by on our love of professional wrestling. That's it. It's got to be it. Because they, as a business, they don't do anything to keep us around. We stick around because so many of us, we like to either recreate the matches that we saw. We like to create matches that they haven't done in real life. We like to book things the way that we would book them. And even with that, with universe mode, they still haven't given us a proper universe mode to be able to book things properly and tell proper stories. We have to be creative and use our imagination. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And we've been asking for things for so many years, year after year after year. And at this point, I guess the reason why I'm making this video is that when does it end? When does it end? When do we all just kind of collectively say, you know what? I'm going to stick with last year's game, or I'm going to stick with 2K19. I still see people say, look, I'm fine. I've been playing 2K19 all this time. I'm good. I don't need to upgrade because they haven't done anything to say, hey, upgrade, get the brand new one. And look, by the time that this video is released, maybe they'll come out and apologize and say some things that they need to say. But I mean, how disrespectful is that? Listen, guys, the game that you see on screen right now, Gran Turismo 7, I keep talking about this in certain videos that I've made in most recent, past, where I talk about when this game went down for like a weekend. It was only down for a weekend. And they came out and they apologized. They actually wrote something up. And on top of that, they gave everybody 1 million credits. It was probably a little bit more than that, but it was like 1 million credits or something like that. Man, I had a field day. I was like, look at how many cars I can buy, but I ended up saving up. I I actually had more money. I actually had more credits than what you see now. But it was like, dude, like, come on, man. This is crazy. But they came out and did that, and they were just down for a weekend. WWE 2K breaks the game year in and year out because it's built on a faulty foundation, which I have been saying for years now. Even before I really started making videos about 2K, I have talked about the fact that they are building a game on a broken foundation. The foundation is not solid enough, and I think that's why the game goes through so many big time game breaking issues once they try to patch it. It's because the game itself is not built on a solid ground, because I personally don't deal with this with any other game. Every other game that I own, when they patch it, it does not break the game. It doesn't make it unplayable. Now, has it happened in the past? Absolutely. But it seems like it's the most egregious when it comes to WWE 2K. They have not earned our benefit of the doubt, guys. They have not earned our money. They have not earned our benefit of the doubt. Why? How they get us is a pretty nice trailer, right? Graphics look good, the movement looks good, and then everybody does the videos where they break down the trailer. Oh, look at the way they move. Look at the way their leg goes up when they go for a kick, and look at the way that they're walking across the ring. Look at when he grabs the top rope. He's actually grabbing the top rope. Oh my gosh, the physics, and this looks, look at how it looks. And then you get your hands on the game when it comes out, and you're like, oh, after a few hours, oh, it feels a lot of the same. Feels like I'm playing last year's game, actually. So what are we doing? Right? What are we doing? I'm not here, and I've never been here to tell people, hey, stop playing the game. Never been that. I've never been here to tell people to think the way that I think. But when I see so many people frustrated with the game year in and year out, at what point do you say, you know what, I'm throwing in the towel, I'm done? I can have fun with something else. If you got the older games, hook up the older games and play them like I have. That's all I'm saying. Because when I play these other games, matter of fact, let me take out my games. I have to do this, right? So when I play the Crew, the Motorfest, and look, I'm not saying that these games are perfect. I'm just saying, look, when I play the Crew, I'm having fun. I'm not upset when I'm playing the Crew. Okay? I'm not upset. I got F1 25. When I play F1, I'm not upset. I'm not pissed off about the game. The game doesn't I'm not like, oh God, I wish this game didn't have this issue and this issue and that issue. I'm not saying that. When I played Space Marines Warhammer, I had a good old time. I was loving every minute of that game. Astrobot, I was having a blast. Having a blast. Hell, College Football 25. You know how many seasons I did in this game? I mean, with the superstar mode? A ton, or not? Is it superstar mode? I can't remember what it's called. I think superstar mode was Madden. Road to Glory. I think that's what it is. Road to Glory mode. You know how many Road to Glories I did? Tekken 8. Let me tell you about Tekken 8. The joy that I get playing this game. Literally the joy that I get. It's smooth. The gameplay is it's just buttery smooth. Takes me back to the days where I used to play Tekken in the arcade with my cousin. We would have tournaments. Be me, it'd be my cousins, my brother. It takes me back to that. When I put Tekken on, I'm not upset. I don't like hesitate putting it in. Do I want to play this? Like, no, like when I want to play Tekken, I want to play Tekken and I'm having a good time. I'm not worried about there being some sort of gameplay issue. I'm not worried about there being some sort of thing that, okay, I played the game for this reason and they did something that makes me not want to play this mode of the game. Spider-Man. I loved it. I enjoy playing it. RoboCop. I enjoy playing it. Do you see my point? I'm not saying that anybody's not enjoying themselves when they do play 2K. I'm not saying that It's impossible to enjoy yourself when you're playing 2K. But what I am saying is that you think the microtransactions is going to get less and less? No. No. Look for the island or whatever they're going to call it next year. Look for the prices to get to increase. Look for my faction to be more of a grind. Look for them to do something else to the creation suite. I promise you they are. I can promise you they are. But the sad thing about it is that me making this video is almost pointless because so many in the community are going to look back at this time, right? At this time right now, when everybody's upset about the game, they're going to look back at this time, and when 2K26 stuff rolls out, they're going to be through the moon. They're going to be howling to the rooftops. This game is going to be awesome. They're gonna buy into the whole it hits different, or there's always a different catchphrase for all of these different 2K games, and everybody's going to buy into it. Oh, the trailer looked good. Did you see the trailer? The graphics actually look better, and blah 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 blah. Do you see the way that they're bleeding now? I don't know, man. We have to stop getting excited about the little things that 2K does, and we have to start forcing them and making them make the big changes that we've been wanting for so long. I'm not making this video to be angry and to be upset. I'm animated. And I'm animated for a couple reasons. I'm animated because I'm happy at the fact that there's so many people speaking out about the issues and the problems and the terrible customer service. But at the same time, I look at this and I'm like, well, next year, everybody's going to be excited as if this stuff didn't happen. They're going to forget about being upset enough to say that I'm not buying the game anymore because the trailer's going to look nice. And they're going to have a feature that gets everybody excited, or a match type that gets everybody excited. But we all know that when we get the game in our hands, well, I'm not going to, but we all know when you get the game in your hands, only after a few hours, it's going to feel the same. It's going to feel like the same exact experience. And there's going to be different game breaking issues, maybe some of them the same. At the end of the day, they do not deserve our benefit of the doubt, because year in and year out, they continue to disrespect their fan base. They continue to not listen to the things that we want implemented into the game. How many times are we going to have to hear, oh, that's on the board, we've talked about it, we're going to definitely try to implement that? Or, oh, we haven't thought about that, but we could definitely put that on the board. I said several videos back that 2K is changing. And it actually already has changed, but several videos back, I said 2K is changing, and not for the better. It is only going to get worse from here. So many people tried to go against me on that statement, which was so crazy. And again, it goes back to the fact of people giving them the benefit of the doubt. It goes back to people, having very, very short-term memory about the crap that we put up with every year with 2K. No, they're not going to do this. They do it. No, they're not going to do this. They do it. People are still denying that they're going to do even worse things to community creations. It doesn't just stop with, hey, we're going to not have it cross-platform anymore. It's more than that, right? It's going to be more than that. It's not. It doesn't just end there. More things are going to be locked behind the island, or whatever they're going to call it next year. More things are going to be locked behind that. They're going to make it more difficult for people to create wrestlers. And the thing that's sad is that the creation suite was one of the things that kept so many people, including myself, playing this game, because 2K wanted to be a company that refuses to respect the old school. You want to know what I mean by that? They refuse to not put in a lot of the arenas. They refuse to not put in a lot of the legends. Now, granted, look, I get it. You have to have a legends contract, but I feel like sometimes a lot of guys are just not going to be in the game just because. That's honestly what I feel. I don't know, man. I don't know. Everything would be different if this company listened to the fan base and did what's right, but they won't. And they don't. So, you guys let me know what you feel in the comment section, man. I'm done talking about this. Like I said, I don't even need to talk about this because I kind of really am out of the game when it comes to this. When it comes to WWE 2K, I am out of the game. After Ultra Pro Wrestling, when that comes out eventually, and when Wrestling Code, I don't think I'll ever be back with WWE 2K. I really don't. It is what it is, man. I don't know. You guys let me know what you feel in the comment section, man. It's your boy Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.